What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're looking at our microwave, and maybe you're having the same trouble as us, but pretend this door's closed. I forgot to take a previous video, or maybe I deleted it. But you type it in, you hit start like you should. The door's closed. Pretend that. And it just doesn't start. This is how we fix ours. First, we're going to need to take it all apart and removing these screws up here. This is broken, but it's fine. We get it to fit better later. Once those are out, that lifts off. You have another screw here. It's pretty disgusting in here, so clean it up as you go. I don't even know what. That was a piece of plastic. I'm going to remove this screw. And then your control panel is basically free to lift off. Open your door. Now, these little clips slide down and in. So, lift it upwards. There's also going to be a clip in the base. Make sure you wiggle that free. Oh, and unplug this before you do all of this. You don't want to be getting in here with live power. So now we have a screw here to remove this plastic piece. As you see, there's other screws, but we get around that. But we need to remove this cover. But first we have a ground wire here. And we need to unplug all the wires. See, there's screws up in behind there. But I just pivoted this out of the way. And then you can see in behind. See what we're dealing with. Make sure you know where everything plugs back in when you want to hook it back up. Here are the two switches that deal with making sure the microwave works. See how this one flips in? See how it just pivots when it pushes in there? This plastic apparatus opens and closes the circuit to make it work. You can see that little button in there. That's what gets pushed when you close your door. You can see this one is not responding. It's not popping back out. We also had a power issue, so I'm kind of looking at the main fuse. I think that's it back there. So I might pull that out and test it, see if it's working. But we realized at some point that slamming this door would actually make it work. So now there's a little screw right here. You'll need a special bit to get that out, or a screwdriver that fits it. See that? It's like a hex. And then this lifts out of the housing, just like that. And you can get it free. Then your switch comes out, mounted into this plastic part. Make sure you don't mess with the spring. And I'll show you in here, this stuff just got bad and broke. It kind of works sometimes, but you can tell this is not responding correctly. If I lightly press it, see, it's supposed to make contact with that other metal part. But it no longer does that, as it should. When you push it down, it's supposed to pivot and connect that power. But it no longer does it as it's meant to do. So that's our faulty piece. You can see it's broken. It's just not right and doesn't function as it was intended. So all we have to do is replace this switch and we should be back in business. I'm going to test this just by jumping the wires to connect the power. and make it think the door's closed. Just make sure if you do this, you're playing with electricity. Make sure there's no metal parts touching anything that shouldn't be. Maybe I don't recommend this. We're going to plug it in now that we know that everything's safe and test it. Here we go. We're going to plug this in. So now we're on again. Oh, I did check the power, and somehow by slamming the door so hard, we blew the breaker. So that was our power issue. The main fuse was good. So now I have this jumped from one wire, but I didn't connect the other wire. So when you type in and try to run it without the door closed and no switch, it tells you the door's opened. So maybe you're having this issue where it just won't start for you. There's our time. Now, this is what's happening. Everything's working until you hit the start button and the door's not being told that it's closed. Now we're going to jump the wire and complete that circuit. The door doesn't have to be shut at this point. And now it works as intended.
What?
Here's the real trick. Oh, it turned off. That's good.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
I know, but I jumped the switch.
Oh.
So I didn't think it would turn off. There must be a safety switch in the upper switch also.
But it doesn't now.
Now we know it's the switch. Got a new one in. $7.41. Functioning as intended. We just have to reinstall it on the mount. Just make sure you put it in the same way it came off. Kind of hard to mess it up. These two little dowels fit with the holes. It snaps in place. Make sure you install your spring. Hard to do with one hand. There we go. Stuck that back in. Now all we got to do is hook it back up to the right wires and put the screw in. Make sure you put everything back together as it is intended. Also, kind of hard to mess it up. Get your screw tight. Make sure your wires are on there correctly, not touching each other. Make sure you put your ground wire back in. Everything's correct. Make sure as you take things apart that you know how they go back together. Pop this back into place. Make sure you don't crimp any wires, push anything around that shouldn't be misplaced. Put our screw back in. Don't forget anything. Make sure you take notes if you need them. Make sure all the wires are in place. Nothing's being forced. Put it back as you left it or found it. Make sure everything's cleaned up. All these wires were in the lower section. These were in the top. Assembly when working is always rewarding. This guy goes in that bottom area, that bottom hole, locks back down. Make sure you hit the upper holes as you slide that into place. Also, make sure the power's off when you're doing this. Get your screw back in. But that happens after you put this piece back in. We've got our broken part up here. At this point, we can plug it back in if you want. Then we'll finish putting it all back together. Gonna have to reset your clock. But you should be good to go at this point. One screw here once you place this in place. And then this one's broken, but we'll put this screw back in just so it's not lost. And that's how you can fix your microwave for $8, rather than spending $300 or $400 on a new one. That's it for today. Hopefully this video helps you get your microwave back up and running. And you don't have to spend a ton of money with a repair shop. And guys, let me tell you, new appliances aren't what they used to be, so this should work for a very long time. Thanks for watching, and subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you on the next one. Happy fixing!